Welcome everybody, this is game number 3, possibly the last game. We'll have to see if Rex Chapman for Team Intel is able to take it, because his team is up 2-0 so far. Actually, I need to get rid of that little thing up there. His team is up 2-0 so far, so one more game taken for them and they do win this series, which would actually put them to 4-0, I do believe. They're currently 3-0 at the time, so Team Intel has been doing very well for themselves. And their opponent, who has Bobonut playing right now, GREE, has had a rough start to the season. They're 0-3, so you know what? This would be a great game to win. I think if they can win this game, they'll keep their chances alive of having an even season. Or a winning season, I think. So definitely something that they want to do. I think it's even season, one of the two. And you know, but they have a mighty task ahead of them, I suppose is the best way to say it, because Bobonut needs to win this game for them to go to 2-1, and then their next player will have to win their game, and then it'll put them 2-2, and then of course they have to go 3 straight basically, which is not impossible by any means. I have seen it happen on multiple occasions. But Rex Chapman, not an easy foe. He did lose his game last week. He played 2 games actually. He played a ZVT, which was super long. And he ended up losing it, unfortunately. But then he came back in the ace match and I think beat the exact same player to give Intel that 3-0 victory. So they were very close. They were very close to almost dropping one of their matches or series, I suppose I should say. But they were able to hold off. So was that a 15 hatch? Yep, 15 hatch here out of Rex Chapman, and it looks like we're going to have a pool into hatch from Bobonut. A little bit safer build, which I tend to like, and I think seems to be more of the metagame at this time. But Rex Chapman, he wants to be greedy. He wants to get this win. He's like, we're up, we can take risk at this point. And now grabbing a gas as well, and we're still, there we go. I was gonna say we're still gasless from Bobonut, but he's just going to be grabbing this right now. And ZVZ, something to kind of really note about it, I suppose, in Heart of the Swarm, is it has turned into a Mutafest, and the reason, of course, being is Infestor's fungal growth just doesn't do what it used to do. So let me I want to show you. I can't. I need an Infestor. But basically you have your giant ball of roaches, and then an Infestor fungal growths all those roaches, and in Wings of Liberty it's like, oh, you're in trouble now, because they'll get like 4 fungals and all those roaches will be dead, and that's it. But in Heart of the Swarm, after 4 fungals, those roaches still have like 80 health left or something. So it's really just like, it's a whole different thing. You can't just sit back and rely on Infestors to kind of save you for like over expanding or taking an expansion too early or something like that, and it's really tough. So a lot of players are just going saying, hey, you know what, I'm just going to go into Mutaplay, which is, you know, never a bad choice. So we do have a scout right here from Bobonut. Is going to get in. We'll pretty much see everything. Baneling Nest now going down at the front here for Rex Chapman, so nothing uncommon really happening for Rex at this point, and Baneling Nest as well for Bobonut. So he's just a little bit slower on his gas at this point, and of course is going to be a couple drones behind because he did go for that pool before hatch instead of the hatch first, which does yield you 2 more drones. So 4 links now over, heading on over here for Rex Chapman. Bobonut's going to see this, and a couple lings will pop out, and Bobonut actually going for some quick aggression. A lot of lings on the way, and Rex Chapman is perfectly there. He's like, okay, I know what's going on here. And Rex Chapman will actually have speed first, so he's going to see everything that's happening. He's going to have his Baneling Nest first. He can start morphing Banes. And Bobonut not in a good position. As a Zerg player, you want to be able to hide these lings. You want to have these up here and have them not seen, so your opponent just thinks you're droning away, doing something like that. But no, instead Rex Chapman gets a full scout and kills a few drones as well. 1 drone, ooh, doesn't quite get that second. Is he going to actually bounce around to get it? No, he will. Oh, maybe he's going to actually morph some Banelings in the main right here. Will this go unseen by Bobonut? that would be absolutely huge, as right now we see Bobanut heading on over to try and do some damage. Rex Chapman does have some decent defenses, but these banelings are on their way, heading over to the mineral line. Gonna get a few nice hits, and oh, there we go. Kills 5 drones. Actually 4, because he had killed that one before. And forces the remaining drones to be pulled to the natural just in fear. Bobanut continuing, though, to just mass up on this giant Ling force. I think I missed the Ling battles over here. That did happen. I was too busy having fun watching the other stuff. Baneling's going to try and enter from this side. It's 2v5. Bobanut needs to split these up. He does not want to lose all of these Banelings. And oh my lord, that is a painful hit right there for Bobanut. You need to split those Banelings, otherwise you will just be in trouble. So Rex Chapman's showing some superior micro at this point, and that's definitely put him in a favorable position. He's ahead in drones. He's ahead in his army supply as well, I do believe. And now he's looking to go ahead and start teching up. He's got his lair down. We'll see what his choice of tech is. Maybe he's going to grab, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm imagining it's going to be some sort of like Muta play. Might just be waiting for 200 gas or something like that. But maybe he throws down a Roach Warren and goes for some sort of fast Roach push. In the meantime, Bobanut now going to finally be droning up. Still has a lot of Lings though, and a lot of Banelings as well. So I would like to see him actually try and pressure like over here at the 3rd or something. And there is going to be the Spire now going down for Rex Chapman. So that will be how he chooses to tech, and spine crawlers being thrown up as well, because of course when you're teching to a spire you're in a slightly vulnerable position. No 3rd yet to be taken by Rex Chapman at this point, and I think he knows that his opponent still has a big force of Lings and Banes, so were he to try and take that 3rd immediately, there we go. But were he to try to take it like a minute ago, he would have been in a little bit of danger. Now at this point that he's got his gases going, his spine crawler is almost done, he can feel a little bit safer to kind of start taking this 3rd and, you know, possibly building some more Lings or something. I see that happen a lot, where the player will just start massing up a nice sum of Lings before those mutas do swell in right there. So at this point, we do have an Evo Chamber going down and a Roach Warren actually here for Bobanut, who has yet to grab a lair whatsoever. Going to be grabbing an additional Queen though. So interesting choice for the 3rd Queen. Not quite sure about that. Tried to take a 3rd base. Denied by a Ling though. Always great to see that when a player just, you know, throws one little Ling over there, and it's just the little things that really are killer. And Rex Chapman now going to get a decent scout in here. We'll see the Spore Crawlers going up, so I mean, it looks like we do have good preparation here from Bobanut against Mutalisk, but really doesn't have a lot of tech himself. You know, he's sitting on this kind of Roach tech right here, and Muta's out already for Rex Chapman, who's going to head over to deny that 3rd base, which has already been denied, not even going to happen. And he's going to try and just do some damage, maybe pick off some drones on the side at this point. Nothing too risky, nothing where you really throw anything away. And you have to remember that Mutas have that nice regen, so I actually kind of want to follow this, because when is it out of combat, or is it just an overall regen? I think it's just overall. They just regen really quickly, something like that. Take your units out of combat. Oh, there we go. So now it just jumped up huge amounts. So Mutas do regenerate very quickly, and here we're going now see Bobanut go for a little bit of a run around to this 3rd base. Gonna need to be careful though, as there's a lot of units here for Rex Chapman. Bobanut just on a move command, not quite attacking, so unfortunately it's going to be losing a lot of those Ling. They're going to be losing a lot of drones here as well. Spore Crawlers being thrown up everywhere. He has so many Spore Crawlers right now at all of his bases, but they aren't quite split up well enough, so he will be losing a few more drones here, possibly losing an extractor. All of those Lings did get cleaned up at the 3rd here of Rex Chapman, and Bobanut in a very, very troublesome situation. Now going to be losing some Overlords possibly. Yep, there goes one Overlord down. These Mutas on attack path. Oh, they were going to kill that Overlord. They decided against it. 4 Overlords sitting vulnerable in the middle here though. and they will fall as well. Rex Chapman just on a path of destruction, looking to clean this series up for his team, make it a clean sweep. He wants it. You can definitely see it in his eyes. He is just all over the place. What's his APM right now? Jeez, average of 316 at this point. So he is just bouncing back left and right, playing extremely well. Hydralistan now coming down for Bobanut. He's like, I need something to defend here. He's got so much gas saved up. If he could get that all into Hydras or into some Infestors, something like that, it would be helpful. But the problem is he has to deal with all of these mutas right now. He doesn't have the Hydras out. He can't even get Extractors up. He can't get anything up at this point, and a mass swell of Lings going to be charging in to take care of Lords first, and Bobanut's not even going to wait for it. He says, you know what, GG, that's going to be it. Intel's going to take this 3-0 in a very quick, easily won series right there. I mean, just 3 solid games from all of the Intel players, and unfortunately for GREE, I want to say they were a little unlucky. It was definitely, like, some of it was, you know, a couple times it was just like, oh, they got outplayed a little. But a lot of it was just unlucky. Like the SCV getting into the natural to scout as it ran by the Stalker and such. The Oracle then getting scouted, running over the SCV. All of the Lings popping out right as the 4 Lings charge in. I mean, everything was just really well timed by Intel, but a little unlucky for GREE players right there. So with that being said, my name is Mr. Llama, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed these casts, and I will see you guys next time.